Hey, how's it going? So I want to talk a little bit about how easy it can be for a narcissistic person to sort of get in and sway you into believing that, they're the love of your life. Um, Typically, because they target people, they intuitively sort of know, in sort of a predatory intuitive way, like an animal way, how to figure out who's going to be like easily manipulated, controlled, and swayed into believing them. This is like a subconscious thing, but still they do have a way of targeting. And they'll target people who've been in formerly abusive relationships or people who are really lonely and feeling really down on themselves. So like if you came out of an abusive relationship and your self-esteem was really low because of that, that's the time for the narcissistic person to swoop in and love bomb you and make you feel good again. And so what they do is they kind of fill those voids in you, and then it makes you feel like lovable again. So you haven't had to do your own work either, which is also a problem, because as soon as they decide to start the abuse and switch the game up on you and make you feel bad about yourself, it's very confusing, because you're thinking, oh, I thought you were in love with me, like why are you all of a sudden making it seem like I'm not good enough? And that puts you into a position of still not having done your work, because that person came in and did it for you, supplied you with the love that you always wanted, and that kind of buoyed you for a while. But then they take it away, and then you're shot down again and you sink again, and so you fight to get the love back with that person so you can have that love for yourself again. You're not loving yourself by doing that. You're using somebody else to fill your voids. And I know that's hard to hear, because I don't want to make anyone feel like they're doing the wrong thing as a victim. Of course you're not. But this is why the idea of loving yourself is so important, because you never want to be in a position where you're relying on somebody else to make you feel lovable. You want to know that you're lovable yourself, no matter what the other person does, okay? So I hope this helps and shows you that, really, when you have, it's easy to be targeted. So don't think that's your fault. If you're in a place where you feel unlovable and unworthy because you've been rejected and broken up with, or you have not had love in a long time and you really want a partner, it's really understandable that you're just going to want love. And if this person comes along and tells you everything you want to hear and makes it seem like you're the most important and wonderful human being they've ever met, it's going to be, that's exciting. That's like addictive. You want that. Everyone wants to believe that they are, the most beautiful, most magnetic, most intelligent, sexiest human being that's ever walked the earth. And this person's there to tell you that. So of course you're going to want to believe that. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think you want to know that about yourself first. And I think that's the best way to go. So do whatever you have to do right now to love yourself. Okay. I hope this helps.